Let's see if I can get this going. There's so many buttons. Sorry guys, bear with me. I'm here a minute early, so you can give me a second to figure this out. How's it going? How we doing? Here I come. Hey, right off the bat. Wow, okay. Okay. We got some background music. We got browser audio. Got the background music. Hey, Master. How you doing? How's it going? This is for everybody who hasn't been here, or for folks who have been here. This is Lil Lynn. I am usually a mod, but I come on Sunday mornings to go over the upcoming week's astrology. And at the end, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, kind of like you would for tarot, you can ask me, but I don't do it through tarot. I will do it through bibliomancy or book scry, whatever you want to call it, where you will ask me your question, I will ask a book, I will open to a random page, and then what I read out to you is your answer. Sometimes it's straightforward, sometimes it's a little cryptic. Usually figure it out. Everything is working smoothly. Perfect. You're better? That's good. I'm so glad. BK, I believe Lady Lapine sent you a recorded question, or a recorded answer to your question, yesterday. So. Hey, Willie. Hello, hello. Welcome aboard. Hello, everybody. How's it going? How is it going? Everything okay? I had a wild dream where I wasn't really able to do the stream, but I was able to do the stream, but I had to be like 2 different places at the same time, and the camera wasn't working, and I kept having like accidental face reveals. I mean, like, obviously I'm just a black cat, so it's not really that big of a deal, but like, it was wild, and I had to like leave it half in the care of like a radio DJ and Miss May, and it was just, I don't know, it was crazy. And then it just didn't work, obviously, because having to be like in 2 different places at once that are like several blocks away from each other, I just couldn't make it happen. You tried to load it? Okay. If you're having trouble, let me know, BK. Anyway. So it was just shenanigans. So hopefully it won't be this many shenanigans today. But we got tea. What kind of tea? You got blood type? What's going on? Okay. No, it was a dream that I had, Miss May. I mean, a few shenanigans are okay, Sin, but like, accidental face reveals and having to share my stream with a radio DJ, and I don't know, there was a lot of tape somewhere too that I don't remember what it was about. It was wild. A couple of shenanigans are here and there, but are acceptable, but that was just a whole freaking meltdown. Yeah, what are you playing, BK? So, as I said, I am Lynn. I am usually in the in the chat as a mod, but on Sunday mornings I come on and to talk about astrology, and then we do some bibliomancy. So, we can go ahead and get started. Plain black tea with cream and sugar, then I switched to green tea with honey and cinnamon this afternoon. Pokemon Go, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Yeah, it was wild, son. Like, I couldn't get the model to work, and so I ended up having to, like, I think it was that I was having to, like, put tape on my face to make it, like, some kind of anonymity, but I couldn't just shut down the stream. I don't know, it was unhinged. Pokemon Go. Well, I hope you catch a good Pokemon. Plain black tea, green tea with honey and cinnamon. I haven't tried it with honey and cinnamon before. I bet that's good. While I was in Japan, I learned to just kind of drink it straight, which is what I have after I get through the coffee. So. Alright. So, we are in luck. You're back now with coffee? Perfect timing, my good man. We are about ready to get started. we have a big T-square of feelings happening right now. It's just the moon, so it won't last, but we've got Lilith here talking to Venus, so there could be some conflict with the traditional sense of the feminine and the more tomboy or alternative sense of the feminine going on. And you might be feeling kind of weird about it for a few hours. Good for your sore throat right now. Yes, very good. BK, we are going over the week's astrology. So I will talk to you through about the astrology for the week. It usually takes me the first hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then we go through and answer book questions. So, yes, Lilith, this is the name of this no, it's a point. Black Moon Lilith. She represents the darker feminine that is present in everybody. And now she is going to square off with Venus, and that is your more traditional feminine side. And so there's a bit of a war that we have to work on. We have this, we still can see the very tail end of this basket happening, right? We had the sun come in for a while, Jupiter, we had that conjunction earlier last week? Yeah, it was last week. Did anybody have anything like really lucky happen last week? I'm so curious. Because, like, I had a fine week. Nothing went wrong, so I'm not complaining. But I can't remember anything particularly lucky. Nothing is ever inherently bad in astrology, BK. Like, some things are more difficult than others, at least not in Western astrology. Some things are inherently more difficult than others, but what we do is we study what's going to happen in the week so that we know what kind of challenges we might see, so that way we can work with the planets instead of against them. Question time. Is Black Moon Lilith and Lilith the same? Yes, Willie. Black Moon Lilith and Lilith traditionally are the same. There is an asteroid Lilith and some other point of Lilith too. But traditionally when you hear about Lilith, just generic Lilith trademark, that is going to be Black Moon Lilith. Huh? In astrology, yes. Obviously Lilith, like in mythology, is a different thing entirely. Compared to what happened. Oh, Peachy Keen, very good. Already 2 steps ahead. My bathroom is nearly finished and they called it a bachelor male design, so I get the tomboy points again. Very good. We will ask when she steps back to where she can hear us, or just re-ask the question in just a couple of minutes. Blood type. Miss May can get the VGen link ready for you. Love the tomboy points. Oh, there we go. VGen command. It might show up on Twitch, though. Remember, it doesn't like links on YouTube. Miss May. I walk in the park with a friend, helping be an empath. He was younger than I, so I was called to share my wisdom. Ah, well, you're in luck. There's a reason, if you wanted to have a reason. But also, very good. It is good to help. So, nothing really major today. We still have this basket that we've been working on. Triangle here, just a few hours of We've got this. You might be feeling this for a few days, but I don't know. Just be aware, right? We get these to work together. If we learn how to use squares as fuel instead of friction, things tend to run more smoothly. There we go. Miss May, I will tell you that all of your links tend to not work on YouTube. They tend to work on Twitch. Okay, so nothing really major today. Any differently, or any different than what we had been feeling. Still just, we've got this. First this, now this. Didn't notice. A lot of my little resources only tend to focus on the planets. They don't talk about Lilith so much. But, okay. So, Lilith and Mars opposition. Let me look at what that does really quickly. Because I was like, oh, it's an easy week. Hang on. And, like, maybe. Transit. Here we go. Let's see what people say. Okay. This is giving rebel. Okay. We want to... Mars is our will to act. Lilith is our inner rebellion. We might want to flip a few tables, so just be careful. I got out to the fourth. To rant about Leviathan. It was like a primal hatred. Called him an Ouroboros of gluttony. No matter how much he eats, he's still gonna get better from my... Huh. I always really like the word Leviathan. I've joked about naming a child Leviathan and calling them Levi for short. That is interesting, though. Okay. So, we've got that little opposition. We might be feeling some, like... yeah, conflict between our drive and our will to rebel, right? So it might fuel some flames to flipping a table or something, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just be aware, right, that you might get a little bit short-tempered at conventional approaches. Let's see, what have we got on the 4th? Wait, are we on the 4th? No, I wanted to be on the 3rd. We weren't done. Haha, we weren't done yet. Ah, yes, this is what I wanted to talk about. So, we have this opposition. This is on Monday, so tomorrow. We also have our boy Chiron right here. He's fixing to go stationary. He's going to go back to about 26 degrees of Aries before going back forward. This starts tomorrow. It lasts until January 6th, and then he will get back into Taurus April of next year. So he's been here for a couple of weeks, but now it's time to go back and revisit. He's joining Pluto and Saturn and going retrograde for a good minute. This will be his last time in Aries, probably for about 50 years. He was here until 2018, up until, like I said, just a few weeks ago. It's a final test to make sure you've learned the lesson in your Aries house that you were supposed to. There are also some themes that we needed to learn about. Yep, our good buddy Chiron. Yeah, BK, so if you pull up your chart, you can follow along. We're looking for the Aries part of your chart. And you will see this is where you will be challenged with themes of, like, independence and self-assertion and follow-through and things like that. So, remember, retrogrades go inwards, so you're looking for an update on, like, your own healing path and not looking for, like, any particular external trigger necessarily. Aries house, first house. Aries house, wherever it is on your chart. Yeah, so Aries house, so you would look for, like, first house, like, Aries themes, generic and Aries themes, Willie. But also look at Aries specifically in the 8th for you, where that kind of thing where the 8th house themes might be kind of affected based off of Chiron's retrograde. He'll be back in Aries by, the 14th of April. No, he's back in Aries, so he's not even a full degree in yet. So by September, so next month, he's going to be back in Aries. We're going to be revisiting themes to include managing the shadow side of Aries. What does a healthy anger look like? How do you manage it, and how do you deal with it without suppressing it and letting it boil over? How do you advocate for yourself? How do you advocate for yourself bravely? How do you advocate for yourself clearly, right? You might find yourself in situations that make you ask yourself how you sell yourself short or how you give up just before you succeed. Especially, like I said, related to those houses that Aries in your chart rules. And if you have any planets in the last few degrees, I think it goes back to 26, so if you have anything from the 26th to the 29th degree in Aries, you'll have that to contend with as well. Or if there are any sharp aspects that you'll be making throughout your chart. Where am I? Yeah. How is your confidence and independence? Do you know who you are versus who other people expect you to be? So when I say that, I mean, like, are you just doing what you're told by other people? Like, even if they're important people, right? Like, we want to preserve our individuality, right? So, right, we want to still be ourselves. Like, obviously, we don't want to just cut everybody out, but sometimes people have expectations of you that don't fit who you are, and we want to make sure that we're able to, like, stand up and be like, you know what, that's not really who I am, right? Themes of identity, yes. Anger, not so much. No, this is just short-tempered, right? Angry Nick sounds like a myth. I'm sure it's possible. But, you know, like, even if you're not particularly an angry person, right? Like, if things don't really get to you, something might happen and it might try, right? Maybe it won't, but you versus the world's view of you. Exactly, right? You will be feeling this probably for the next few months, blood type. Yeah, you do get angry and recognize it and calm down fast. Yeah, I could see that. But, like, how do you cope with it? What do you do? We're just revisiting these kinds of things, right? While he's still at 0 degrees of Taurus, so before he slips back into Aries in September, we will be revisiting any self-worth issues we might have noticed since he's been here. Chiron wants us to stop thinking and acting out of fear, right? He wants us to know that we exist and that we do, and thus we are worth it, right? So with Chiron in Taurus, we're going to be dealing a lot with themes of like self-esteem, self-worth, making sure that we feel stable, right? Look at Taurus themes and look at, you know, Chiron. You can figure it out, right? Like, so Taurus is Venus that ruled. He's the more material of his of Venus's houses. So Taurus and Libra. Libra tends to look at relationships. Taurus tends to look at the material. Right. Once he does slip back into Aries, if we get a little bit self-conscious while he's in Taurus still, you'll get some of that confidence back. You might be revisiting those old questions I mentioned earlier, but you'll be doing it because this is the last time, right? You'll be doing it from a different angle, right? You've probably learned a lot about yourself in the last 7 years, and here you might be able to see how far you've come and like really sit down and understand it, right? Your reaction to something could be thoughtful now instead of like the compulsive reaction it would have been 7 years ago. And maybe something comes up where you're ready to trust your gut instead of wait for approval when historically you would have waited, right? Aries and Taurus parts of the chart are most impacted, but everyone will notice better boundaries, more emotional development. All in all, it might feel kind of quiet, but any progress you make in here should also have a pretty lasting impact. So yeah, Aries and Taurus are going to be most affected, especially, you know, placements in this little tiny window. But then it can flip, right? This tiny window across from here if you have any planets over this way or anything squaring, things like that. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Thoughts, opinions, ideas? I'm getting scared at how accurate your intuition is becoming. Embrace it. Hey, Pleiades. We've got Mercury squaring the moon. This will only last for a few hours. Don't worry about that. You might get a little tongue-tied. Have a little trouble expressing yourself for a while. How you're feeling. Should only last for a few hours. The 5th. What do I have on the 5th? Oh yeah, we still just making this T-square, ain't we? Dang. That's impressive. Yeah. Nick, I can see what's at the bottom of the tarot deck. What is it? Okay. So, Chiron's gone retrograde. We are on August the 5th. I want the 6th. Because it's pretty, like I said, it's fairly quiet this week. Okay. Let's look at the 6th. Oh yeah, I guess we are forming a kite. Okay. We have the Sun in Leo trining Saturn in Aries. Okay. This is nice. This is an increase of self-confidence. This is understanding and respect. You can be able to take yourself a little more seriously. Maybe something where you would have been like, oh, I'm not that good. You'd be like, actually, no, I've got this, right? If it weren't for Saturn, I would say because these are 2 fire signs, this would probably be pretty freaking loud. But Saturn likes to keep things a little more on the down low, so this might feel a little more internal. Or it could be that you feel it. You can feel it strongly, but quietly, right? Leo season. We have been in Leo season for a little bit. But yes, it is Leo season. We are here. Sun is in Leo. Big spotlight. He is home. 6 of Swords, you're gonna try swords. Well, you don't have to worry about your accuracy or your intuition too much yet. It is not that. So we have... Yes. You might be feeling it. This is a transit that takes a few days, so it might be starting to build up now. I would say probably mostly 2 days on either side of Thursday, but yeah, you might be starting to feel some of it now. If you have been... Oh yeah, here we go. Hang on. Let's keep things on the more down low. Sun in Leo is giving you a steady presence, and Saturn in Aries is giving you the drive to keep going where you need to so that you can follow through. Right? If you have been looking for a right moment to do or plan something, these few days are a pretty good time. Probably also towards the 8th. We'll talk about that later. I did some research for people who are interested in numerology stuff. This alignment is good for getting your right foot in the door or for that foot getting traction. It's good for making a working timeline and setting a long-term goal. Realizing your role in something and setting up a new routine. A short quote that I read was, ambition gets stamina. So not only do you have the want to start, but you have the energy to follow through. I love blaming the stars blood type. It is one of my favorite things to do. I frequently shake my fist at many of them. We've had some rough patches with authority figures recently, but this alignment should change that at least for a few days. Especially with the more masculine ones. They'll see you as more reliable, more trustworthy, more, responsible, etc., right? So lean into your Aries themes, take initiative, make choices, and do what you need to be doing for you, not for other people. That last one is a little more Leo, right? But take care of yourself, get what you need, and you do you, King, right? People may also be looking to you at this time for professional advice or insight into something. Saturn is your boy. I do love Saturn. I say that I should, but I am sassy with the planets, right? Right, Saturn is fine. He's just a grandpa that you think is really grumpy, but actually he's not. And then he's actually very doting on you secretly. And yeah, it's sweet, and I like it a lot. But sometimes you want to get back into making your own incense? Well, if you want to start something new that you want to do for a while, now might be a good time. Excuse me. Also today, if I go just a few hours, let's see. That slips us into the 7th, but we get the idea. If I go back 6 hours, maybe? Okay, cool. Oh, neat. I got it right at the time. Nice. Nice. Also, on this day, we have Venus leaving Virgo and going into Libra. Now, I haven't been doing this since the last time that Venus was in Libra, but it really gave me some insight because my Venus is in Libra. Some insight that I really didn't have before, and I thought that was funny. But anyway, she will be here from August 6th until the 10th of September. And then when she goes into Scorpio, she goes into retrograde, and she will be going back into Libra from the 25th of October through the 4th of December. Okay? So she's back in one of her homes, the other being Taurus, right? I said that Taurus was a little more material. Venus is a little more relationship focused, right? So she's feeling charming. Venus in Libra is very relationship focused, like I said, but she's kind of aloof about it. Things should be done the right way, or it shouldn't be done at all, right? Don't waste your time if you're not going to do it right, basically. I read that, and like I said, it was explaining a lot about me, right? And I went, oh, that makes sense. Anyway, in relationships of all stripes, so it could be platonic, it can be romantic, it can be professional, you name it. She's more diplomatic, right? She's willing to compromise, negotiate as necessary, and can be a mediator if she needs to be. Now, Libra Venus is not aggressive. So if you're one of the more passionate types, or if you want things to be a little more competitive, or if you really enjoy the chase, right? You might want to hold off until she gets into Scorpio. But Yeah, Venus in Libra is a polite lady who is happiest when relationships are reciprocal, right? So, this is one of the signs that loves art, creativity, but maybe in more organized ways than how she loves it in other signs, right? Some signs, the art comes just as like, express yourself, who cares? What are your emotions? Great. And like, Venus in Libra likes that, but she wants a little more structure around it, right? She still, even with the structure, she values self-expression and coming from an authentic place within yourself. To me, it was giving a little bit of RuPaul's if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else, kind of. But in a way of like, if we can work on finding an inner peace, then maybe our external relationships and reality will follow suit, right? So maybe not if you can't love yourself, but if you can't find inner peace in yourself, how can you expect to find it in somebody else, right? Something like that was kind of what it was feeling like to me. Shout out to Libras out there being the chill ones. Yeah, Libras are extremely chill. Oh, I'm awesome. Thank you, BK. That's very sweet. Yeah, Libras tend to be either very chill or like extremely neurotic, but like internally neurotic. They are not applying that neuroses to you. It is just the standards that they hold themselves, at least in my experience. I do love a Libra though. Venus in Libra's shadow side is that sometimes she gets a little too into the idea of being into a relationship, right? We want our other person, we want that balance, right? So we want to watch out for being a people pleaser. We want to watch out for overgiving yourself to others without taking the time or taking the things that you need to, right? Giving tree. We want to watch out for being too codependent with someone with whom you should not be codependent. She might also be a little bit superficial, so take care not to gloss over details of something just because it's easier that way or just because it keeps the peace, right? Quote that I found, it's probably best to avoid the trap of acquiescing to partners while privately resenting the fact or thinking ourselves martyrs for doing so. Right? So if there's a problem, we should talk about it. There are lots of 0 degrees. Yeah, we're at a turning point. BK, thank you. Yeah, the bunny was very good representation of Miss May, and then we found her at the discount thrift store, and both of us laughed at her at separate occasions. Miss May had originally put her down, and then I found her after, and I walked up to her, and I went, "This is you." So we brought her home. And then the next time, like 2 weeks later, we went to the same store, and then we found the black cat. And Miss May brought him to me and went, "Lynn, this is you." Almost all planets it's the story. Yeah. Yeah. So, almost all the planets on the left side are moving backwards. Yeah, we're getting there. It's getting to be retrograde season, just kind of in general. I will say that the North Node is always moving backwards, because the moon never goes retrograde, and it's kind of just the shadow of things. You can see here we are coming up on eclipse season, right? So, just to be aware. But yeah, Venus in Libra, happy, very calm, very peaceful, very loving, but like maybe in a quieter way than what we were getting with Venus in like Leo, or what we would get with like Venus and other more not necessarily passionate, but more exuberant signs, like more outwardly expressive signs. Right? Alright. Let's look at one day. But yeah, we've got Neptune coming, being retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, Pluto's retrograde, Chiron's retrograde. I don't know when Uranus goes retrograde. I know that once Venus goes into Scorpio, we need to get ready for Venus retrograde, though. And that's gonna be... that's gonna be something. Alright, so, now. Up to the 7th. Nothing major. We're still feeling this right here with the Sun and Saturn, right? We've got that trine, so we're still feeling good. We're still getting things done. There's a nice little sextile here between the Moon and Jupiter. Big happy feelings might unlock something. Slow burn love, my favorite kind. It's less intense. Yes. The slow, steady, comfortable, trusting, easy love. Yes. Oh, huh. She moves fast. I guess. Okay. So Friday, it's a big day for me, because that'll be conjunct my natal Venus. But, anyway. Alright. So, we go to the 8th. And this is where I did some research, because I'm not really a numerology kid. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know too much about it, right? It's fine if it's what makes you happy, right? Like, go for it. I did some research, though, because this is the big one for the year, right? This is the Lionsgate portal. It's 8-8. We are playing on, so I wrote down, yeah, my note, Happy Lionsgate portal exact for those who celebrate. So I did some digging onto this so that I could find out what it was about, more so than just, oh, this is a thing where I manifest. I was like, why did it start? Apparently, this started as the ancient Egyptian New Year. I guess, quote, the signaled the return of the Nile's waters. Apparently, so I'm guessing it was wet season somewhere further south enough to make the river swell up, right? And then they would get to, that would mark their new year. They would be able to plant things, harvest, and have the water that they needed, right? And apparently it's mentioned in a lot of myths, and I just thought that was pretty neat. I'll have to do some more research on it. I was cool. But anyway, yeah, so Sirius lines up closest to the sun. The ancient Egyptians saw it. The river swelled up. It could do things. Things were fine. Wow. Huh. That just started a thing. Very neat. Very neat. Time to manifest your goth baddie. This is absolutely it. Nick, with Venus and Libra, if you want that steady, slow thing, and apparently this here, Lionsgate portal, I don't see why not. Nothing's stopping you. Anyway, so it goes exact on the 8th, 8-8, right? But because it's Sirius being closest to the sun, it's a few-week transit. I say we probably started feeling some of it last month, and we should continue to feel it through August. Just throughout the rest of August. The Lionsgate portal plays on the sun, Earth, and Sirius, numerology, and the sun being at home in Leo, right? So it's not only the interaction between the sun, Earth, and Sirius, but also that the sun is at home. If we look at the numerology side, right, we have 8-8, right? If we tilt the 8 on the side, remember you've got the symbol for infinity, right? This number reminds us of the cycle of things I found out, and it's good for manifesting abundance and inner authority. And since it's two circles side by side, apparently there's a material or spiritual theme to it as well. 8-8 is the same energy but twice, so the potency is double. 2026 is a 1 year in numerology already. So this is a good time to, if we want to do anything with it, we would work on manifesting a new beginning, new cycles, independence, leadership. Like, it's giving Aries themes, right? We get to choose new paths and have something of a collective reset, and our choices now could have a longer impact than what we might be thinking they have at first. Right? So, let's see. Yeah, and the quote that I found is, while the double 8 asks us to be intentional about what we manifest, number 1 motivates us and encourages us to take the first step toward creating something new. So this is a big window up per numerology to bring in something new, something good, something that will last. Double infinity, exactly. It's twice the infinity. It's twice the infinity, my guy. Time to thrive? Great. Go for it. Tell me what you do, blood type, because I am interested. I figure I can at least try, right? On the astrology side of things, I didn't have too much time to get into it too deeply, but I will like to point out that we have 8-8, and our dear friend Jupiter, the Lord of Abundance, is also at 8 degrees. Now, theoretically, this is a Scorpio degree per Western astrology. But since it's Scorpio, like, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of willingness to tear something down old in order to put something better there in its place, right? So we have Jupiter's really active right now, actually. So we have the 8th degree at Scorpio, passionate, willing, tear it down, put something better in its place. I wrote, thanks, Pluto, ? In parentheses right here. He's in Leo. and in the 8th degree in Leo specifically, is associated with artistic mastery and manifestation abilities. Jupiter's still in a extremely loose conjunction with the Sun and is still kind of opposite Pluto, which is what we've been dealing with already, which is the I have my gifts, now how can I help contribute those gifts to the collective, basically, right? Let's see, and we're just getting away from that really nice, the barbell basket, right? Like, we can still see that it's still there, but it's not exact. Now working towards the 31st of August, we're going to have a Jupiter-Saturn trine. So what I was interpreting that as was Barbalt and his basket slowly dissolving. Yes, the things have been put into the basket, now it is time to watch them grow. So yeah, we have an upcoming Jupiter and Saturn trine on the 31st to bring those grand ideas that we make now back down to the ground so that we can figure out how to actually reach them, right? To me, it was giving happy portal, make a wish, and then later on I'll be like, now what are you going to do to make that happen, right? You know what you want, how are you going to get it? What are you going to set into motion to make that work? Not minding Barbalt's basket particularly, but looking at Pluto and this Neptune sextile still, our Magical Girl sequence original. Going down to sextiling Uranus here, still loosely. No, it's within a degree though, so I'd give it. And then pointing over to Venus, we have this shape. We have Pluto trining Uranus, and now Neptune is opposite Venus. This makes a kite pattern, and these are pretty good for things like manifestation and stuff. What we are doing is taking all of this energy and pushing it over to Venus to hopefully unlock something for the better, right? So we have a Neptune-Venus opposition. What would that be? Neptune is like illusions and boundaries and dissolving those boundaries and creativity, but also deception and stuff. And then Venus obviously is abundance, the feminine, relationships and stuff. So there could be some issues here. But if we leverage all of these other blue lines, you're good, right? Hey Jenny, welcome aboard. I'm doing all right. We're just going over this week's astrology. I am Lynn. You might have seen me in chat as the resident mod. Every Sunday morning for me, we go over the stars for the week, and then when we're done with that, we can play with book scrying or bibliomancy or whatever you want to call it, where you ask me a question and I flip to a random page in a book and I give you the answer. So that is what we are doing now. Right now, hang on, what? Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, sorry, I heard a song in the living room and I got very confused. I was like, this is so familiar, but May is gonna have the channel set to watching the stream, and that's not right. What is she? Did she give up on the stream? Like, am I doing that poorly? No, she turned on a robot dog. We're good. We're good. So, we are going over this week's astrology. All in all, yeah, so Saturday, Lionsgate, do some manifestation. We've got Chiron retrograde, like really identify where you've grown in the Aries portion of your chart and in themes that are Aries. Where dude energy at? Is it Aries? It feels like it's Aries. There's a lot of masculine energy right now, Nick. We've really been stepping out of the feminine energy and way more into the masculine. Right, we had Capricorn, things have moved over out of Capricorn into Aquarius, things have moved out of Pisces over into Aries, things have moved out of Taurus over into Gemini. Most things are about to step out of Cancer into Leo, right? So there's a lot of masculine energy going right now. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Miss May. It's kind of funny. I was like, what is going on? I know that song, but why would May... Did the stream cut and it just turned to a different video? I was very confused. So, anyway. There's a fair amount of feminine energy going along, but right now it is extremely masculine, kind of across the board. Yeah, all that shift happened within 6 months of each other, so we're like leaving like a 5 to 7 year window of extremely feminine energy and going into masculine stuff. So, all in all, manifest. And besides, Nick, you can leverage the feminine energy to manifest your goth baddie. Hmm? Oh, that feminine energy had me thrown off. Yeah, I feel it. Yes, I did call it out because it's rarer now. Things are extremely masculine right now, honestly. So, that's kind of the week ahead. Any questions? It's kind of easy this week. I was grateful after last week, but apparently next week is a trip too. Hang on, I can show you this mess. I can show you my calendar for next week. And it's like all Mercury, so I'm gonna be a mess next week. Hopefully a good mess. I'd like to be a hot mess. I wonder if I could do that. Let's see, video capture. Let's see if I can do it. Wish me luck, guys. Nope. I want this. Did it work? Did I do it? Oh my god. Well, I kinda did it. My hand should be here. Hang on. Browser audio. Animated plug. Camera frame. Video capture. Well, kind of. Except it seems to be frozen. Gambate. Yeah, for real. For real, Spider-Bee. Yandere. It's Yandere, but... Odd numbered signs are masculine. Yes. Each, Miss May, the camera is frozen. Can you come help? Odd number signs are masculine. Each, in traditional astrology, each planet ruled over 2 signs, except for the luminaries who are ruled by the moon, which is feminine, and the sun, which is masculine. So that still leaves 10 signs. So each planet had 2 different signs. One represented the masculine side of things, and one represented the feminine side of things. So, for example, Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio. Aries is considered masculine, Scorpio is considered feminine. Venus represents or rules over Taurus and Libra. Taurus is the masculine and Libra is the feminine, etc. Rage I had a lady say to another lady, men don't know how to deal with their emotions. So, my screen is frozen. Miss May. Hang on. The robot dog stole the show. Hang on. Feels wrong to me that Capricorn is feminine because it feels so daddy to me. Just make Capricorn a MILF blood type and I think you should be good. Or like a cougar or something. That's kind of how I interpret that. Adjusting the camera. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. English major, prefix of fe. Scorpio feels fiery when it's a water sign. Scorpio is the fire sign of the water signs, right? Aquarius is the water sign of the air sign. Like you can play this game pretty easy. Yeah, the earth signs are all pretty steady, but I know they each do something. Virgo is the air sign of the earth signs. Sag, Aries, and Leo. I think it's that. What is it? Like, is it Aries is the water sign of the, or is it Leo that is the water sign of the fire signs because it's heavily emotional? Unmale or dismale? Oh, that would be different. I'd have to look into it. I know that there is a word, Fae, but if you can think of any other words than female that start with Fae, let me know. I'm like, Pharaoh? Like, iron? I don't know. Encourage me to go networking, Miss Neathland. Like, it's a good time to go. Like, just the stars say it's a good time to go. You're here for the MILF interpretation. I'm so glad, Yandere. You know, just a hot business mama. Right? She runs the show everywhere. She's just... And she looks so good in a suit. We picked up 2 more subs. Oh, that's really great. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Miss May comes on and does tarot. On Sundays, I'm here to do our bibliomancy and our dice rolling as you see fit. There should be a pinned link in the comments that goes to Ko-fi. You can tip your server if you can and you want to, and there's also a tab on Ko-fi that says commissions. You can request a private reading from Miss May, and you can get a birth chart reading from me. Sag is the heir of the fire signs. There we go, that was the one. Thank you, Willie. This is not my full-time job, but it is one of my jobs, so yeah, we are trying to make this work. It is May's primary job. I would say this is more my second job, but we are trying to make this work, so if you can and would like, we would love the help. So, aspirational statement, but thanks. Anyway, I hope that perspective helps you with Capricorn being feminine blood type. They never said that she couldn't have a few gray hairs that were, character enhancements. That's your second job for now. Yep, it's my second job for now, and I would like it eventually to be my first job. And then my second job can be creative endeavors, but we have come to that time. This is the time that people can ask me questions. The only rule, I want to say no rules just right, but like, I don't trust the internet, so we're gonna say, obviously, don't get too overboard, but ask me most things. It is the time. Ask away. I can roll dice if you want from a yes or no. Or you can pick a book, or I can pick a book for you. Ask me a question about something. I will read you a passage. Let's go. And if you have any questions about the stars, I can go back and look too. But we are at that time. Have I ever shown y'all my coffee mug? I love my coffee mug. My favorite. I had to pack it up and bring it. Drawn to the Morningstar book? Alright, what do you want to ask it? Alright, I got my coffee mug. It says Hell Satan and drink coffee. I love it a lot. And I manifest my goth baddie books. Kitty pick book. Okay. Hey, Chocolate Roses! You have a question. Alright, Watkins Cat House. Question about my daughter's chart. She has a moon conjunct Mars in her 4th house that is conjunct my sun. Okay. Moon conjunct Mars. So she expresses her emotions big, doesn't she, Watkins? And it's conjunct your sun. A very Christian mug, yeah. Nothing but the good Lord here. We don't fight and have a healthy relationship. Yeah, that sounds right. Let me see. Hang on one second, let me help Watkins. Yeah, you two should understand each other very easily. With Mars, there should be like a lot of innate understanding from you, especially like you should be able to see things from her emotional perspective very well, because it should line up like... The sun isn't like... When people say I'm a Virgo sun, I'm like, okay, what else, right? Because the sun is only like the core part of you, like your very, very innermost core, and there are so many other parts that still need to matter, right? Oh no, this is a little plate. Yeah, someone got that for Miss May a few Christmases ago. But, yeah, it should be pretty good. You might lead more often, which makes sense since you are your daughter's parent, right? Offering them guidance should be very easy. You should be, you know, like their rock, basically, right? Their safe place. But let me look up Moon. No, not Moon. Mars conjunct. Nope. Pause it. 1 second. Let me look up this one other one. Conjunct. I think there's a lot of, like, big feelings here, right? But I think the moon kind of tempers some of that room for argument. There's a lot of getting things done together. And you might like to do things together. I don't know. It just sounds nice to me. Alright. Bibliomancy. Drawn to the Morningstar book. Did Pleiades ask? I want to ask it about my new spirit guide and Emperor energy. Okay. Wanted the Morningstar book. So I hope that helps, Watkins. If you're interested in more, you can just grab a reading or something. We wanted Pleiades was the Morningstar. Pleiades wanted new spirit guide and the Emperor energy. You're very welcome, Watkins. Yeah, so there might be, you know, like moments where it kind of blows up a little bit. Y'all might, you know, might have fights every now and again, but it doesn't sound like it's unovercomable. Oh, thank you for the tip! AJ, wow! Appreciate that. Okay, Pleiades. New spirit guide and the Emperor energy. Says... You should prepare to depart for Alexandria. However, before your hunger can be satisfied, there are certain precautions to be observed. Move fluidly by earth or water, and stop to listen to the wind as it whispers to your whereabouts. When I ran from Sabine and journeyed to the islands, the more I hurried across the sky, the more dislocated I became. By insulating myself from the elements, I failed my innate need to know exactly where I was. I would arrive. Oh, we're setting off confetti.
How did the confetti not?
I don't know. We can do balloons for a minute.
I mean, we can, but the confetti should have gone.
We're setting some balloons.
I'm just very upset that the confetti didn't go off.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, that's what they paid for.
They did pay for that.
And that's kind of rude. It doesn't.
Yeah. No fixing the confetti. Anyway, Pleiades. A gentler pace will give you time to evolve. By keeping low to the ground, you will also make yourself less conspicuous to the dark angels. Savor the path and enjoy the sun. So you need to go slow. In that postcard, there's also like a warning about, like taking care to avoid the enemy, right? Go slow. Listen to things. Make sure that it's a real message, right? You want to keep grounded. You want to make sure that what you're receiving is a real message. We don't want to get dislocated. We don't want to get our head too far up in the clouds, right? And things should be okay. Just be willing to take it slow, step by step, right? I cannot see chat right now because we are trying to figure out the...
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I can't see.
I cannot see the chat.
The double overlay's on.
Uh-huh. We can turn on balloons for a minute.
Well, that's not what they paid for.
There's still confetti in it.
I guess. But, like...
I guess there's not a ghost. We can do balloons for a minute
until
until we get it.
off. And
Okay.
I'm angry about it.
Okay.
And so is my dog. I just heard from the other one. Doop, doo, doo. Hold on.
Troubleshooting.
Oh. Hold on.
That was the man.
I know, but no, not that one. Can I have the chair?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi everyone! Hi everyone, I'm being my Virgo OCD self and saying, why did this not do anything? I think that my bot is not connected to OBS for some reason, even though it says it is, because nothing's going off. I'm gonna check chat real quick so that I can see what the heck's going on. Hi everybody! Look at all these little things! Didn't really need a fanfare, but that's fun. You paid for it! Hi lightning bug! We'll figure it out. I don't know why it's not working. My webhook is gone. My webhooks are gone. That's why it's not working. What the? What? Okay, well, webhooks won't work this stream, I guess. I can't fix that right now.
That's okay. I can turn on balloons for more donations like that. We got balloons. We'll be okay. It's okay. It's all good. We had balloons. We had a balloon party. Hooray, balloons. Hello, hello, lightning bug. Life is good. Bot is good. Virgo moon, huh? No, she's got a Virgo sun. Pat, put the Pat in the ghost too. Yeah, we've got some issues. Give them hugs. Yeah, well, she'll be fine. She's gonna go play with. We had an extra button pre-built, so we got it. Yeah, we had a party. So thank you for the donation, AJ. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got. Kitty is a chill kitty. Yeah, I am. I try to be chill. Took long enough to get PayPal to work on my phone. Let me catch up on this chat. Yeah, it sounds like you and your daughter should have a pretty good relationship, Watkins. Just beware, like, I don't know how old she is. Puberty might be an issue. But that should be about all that I'd worry about. Okay, AJ donated the thing. AJ set off the confetti. The confetti does not work. To the dice, you can ask a question. Nick, do you want me to roll to see if you are allowed to ask a question, or do you have an actual question to ask? We have no goal today either. I mean, we have the internet and electric. Took long enough to be prepared. We can say anything. How to improve your relationship with your mom. Okay, Northern Lightning Bug. Give me a minute to catch up with chat. Let me answer Northern Lightning Bug's question. How to improve their relationship with your mom. Let's see. Alright. The last few days at home were all too bittersweet. I visited many of my old haunts and spent time with both of my parents. The island seemed more beautiful than ever, although I was aware of everything feeling less substantial, as if the landscape had become a sun-bleached painting. Dai was wonderful, and I'd misjudged Gus because just before I left, he put his arms around me and told me that he understood that I needed to leave, and that he'd make sure they didn't get wind of my intent. I hugged him back with all my might and told him he was the best father any girl could wish for. I mean, swap dad for mom, and it sounds like just approach your relationship with love, right? Patience and love. Hooray balloons, high lightning bug, bot is good, Virgo moon, put that ghost, give them hugs, looks like it's working. Fly away with the balloons, yeah. Kitty has no legs, I didn't wish to see past Kitty has too much leg. I've shown you. We just didn't illustrate that in the model. Usually confetti. It's usually just confetti and a cute blushing ghosty. Yeah, but today we'll just have balloons. Make it work, right? Zendaya, yeah, we are awesome. Yes. I want a message from the sun from the morning star book. Okay, I am getting. Oh, okay. Well, the internet electric bar is here now. I hope. It might have just been the setting too. It might have been that I had it on a different screen since it was the video capture. Yeah, that was probably it, and it just needs fixed. Okay, and then yeah, we got the answer. Turned it off to record private readings and forgot to turn it back on. A message from the sun from the morning star book. Okay. A message from the sun. You're amazing. If it had been me, I'd have probably taken to my heels. I can't get over the fact that you were prepared to turn around and challenge all 4 of them. The stronger you grow, the more I seem to want you. You say you'll believe I'll respond to your love, and I will. There you go. There you go, blood type. Pretty intense. Parent hugs. Can do. Absolutely. Okay, now I am all caught up. Give me 1 second to take care of this other thing. Channel, we are not in astrology anymore. We are in divination. Update. Alright. I can come back to the chat. The clue is the title, you know, Morning Star. Yes. So, alright, I'm all caught up now. Here we go. Alright, now we can start having more fun again. We're here. Ask away on Clarence. Nope. Bibliomancy questions. Missed the astrology part. It's okay, you can play it back. Basically, it seems like a pretty decent week. It's just kind of across the board. Chiron goes retrograde on the 3rd. I'll post the message, or I'll post the update in Discord today or tomorrow. I'll ask a question. Should I rebel against my tight schedule and try to do the things in the small time I have, or should I prioritize rest? I mean, we can ask our friends for help like I told you to yesterday as well. But let's see. Paolo. No, we gotta Sol de Maggio. Very fun. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's Paolo. Okay. Alright, May. It says, simple does not mean simplistic. The tale is repetitive only to make it easy to remember. It would be a mistake to see this purely as a story of cooperation. You must call upon your newfound capacity as an image maker in order to comprehend such mythology. The pencil drawing was fine, but for now you must allow me to teach you to paint. Question is, how can I open up to more people going forward? More people going forward. Chocolate Roses wants to know. More people going forward. How do they open up? And that's just how they feel about it. I need to know. Open up to more people going forward. Simple does not mean simplistic. You have to learn to paint instead of just write it down in pencil. So I would say squeeze it in. Hang on, I'm trying to find the part. So this is like the very last piece in this whole story, Chocolate, and it's from the perspective of someone who finally gets to watch the two protags finally meet in person. He stayed at my house last night, and I thought him a sweet young man, albeit in a state of expectation and anxiety. Such a treat to hear his news of you. While we had dinner, he told me of his impressions of Spain. Rest assured, I did not tell him that I knew what had brought him to Alexandria. This morning, his agitation was significantly more pronounced and concerned that he was about to face a crushing disappointment. I followed him when he left the house. I had dressed in an inconspicuous manner, not wishing to attract his or anyone else's attention. Now I have placed myself at a table that serves as a good vantage point. He's quite clearly waiting for someone. I presume it is. He's constantly looking around, although I doubt he would see me even if he were to stare straight at me. It is obvious his preoccupations are elsewhere. Back and forth he paces over the stones, his eyes darting from side to side. As I was peering across the street, pen poised over this card, suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere and running like a leopard does possess, came a beautiful raven-haired young woman. And then they get together and disappear into their alternate timeline. So it will make you nervous, but if you just do it, it should pay off. Like, that is a huge payoff, right? Hi, book. Yes, we are doing the book things. Aggressive compassion, cute aggression, something like that. Rest is important, can't do anything burnt out. Any messages from my granduncle? Let's see. Granduncle messages. Yep. If you have a question, you can ask it. I'll look it up in a book, and I will read it to you, and you can try to figure out or reply how it means. Messages from my granduncle. Esoteric fog aside, there is something tangible that confirms the truth of what they appear to be saying. I have suddenly developed the capacity to draw and paint. I don't mean an improvement to my feeble archaeological draftsmanship. I seem to be able to create images the same way that she can. It's as if years and years of artist training have seeped into my bones overnight. When I pick up a pencil, it barely feels like my hands belong to me. It's quite wondrous and thoroughly unnerving at the same time. Look at this camel. I drew it in less than 10 minutes. Can you believe that? What? Where's the camel? Where's the camel? Ah, this camel. And then I love you. It said, I love you. It says it right. Dear lightning bug, I love you. What needs your attention now, Spider Bee? Spider Bee's attention. What needs Spider Bee's yandere's attention? You can ask a question, Lemon Wedge. You don't need to have it in any specific format. What needs your attention? Well, I don't know if you need, but we have literally electricity and ice supply company, so if you're having electrical problems, that could be your answer. What needs yandere's attention? Is there something that you, like, physically have that you need to deal with? Like a box of something. Because it says the package is being held at the old ice and electricity supply company building. Don't worry, it doesn't contain anything illegal. It was sent there for safekeeping many years ago. I will inform the holders that you are coming. Simply show them the enclosed ticket and some means of identification. When the package is safely in your possession and you are back in the privacy of your apartment, please examine the contents carefully. Do not be put off by the personal nature of these documents. They have a much broader significance. Once you've made yourself familiar with them, please contact me again with your thoughts. Cool. Alright, let me see. What your attention now? Any more messages from Thor? For BK, what kind of messages from Thor? Check your electric bill. Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you've been paying it. Make sure nothing's happened. Messages from Thor for BK. Yeah, the 3 hairs. Good luck. I got a frog on this one. Got a frog on this one from Thor. I'm still reading the message. Hang on. Oh, we got a frog. Love that. I love this series so much. Y'all, if you ever get a chance, you should read it. It's great. Message from Thor. You say you need to do something, so I'm going to suggest that you do something that will be nothing. Get out and locate a desolate spot in the desert, anywhere will do, then make a show of searching earnestly in the dunes. You will find only sand, but if you carry out this mask with conviction, we may reap a significant reward. Do not underestimate your own courage. You are part of an elite, not of power, position, and wealth, but an elite of the sensitive, the considerate, and the tenacious. There you go. That's a good message from Thor. Thor does have a pet frog? There you go. Good night, Willie. I'll see you later. That's so sweet. Yep. Haven't been able to unpack from moving because I'm not finished with other tasks. I mean, if you need to unpack, that's literally telling you to unpack, right? Open a box, go through it, make sure you still want everything. Will Cullen and I reconcile? Thor does have a pet frog? There you go. He said, do something even if it doesn't matter, and you are great. You're great. That is what Thor said. Alright, let's see. It was Cullen and you reconciling. If only it were that simple. Oof! Ouch. I'm sorry, Lemon. If only it were that simple. The balance of existence is more delicate. An action to the left requires a compulsory movement to the right. The sun spins from the moon, the king leans to the queen. We each act as an equilibrium. Insight, as always, is the key. So to me, Lemon, that sounds like remember that the relationship is a two-way street. If you both want to reconcile, it sounds like yes, but you both have to be willing to work through it. Nick, I forgot, asked me if he could ask the dice a question. Let's find out. Do you mind if Nick asks a question? I don't think it minds, but it might not. I might want to keep it simple, but they might not want to get deep. We got 3 4s, a 6, and a 1. It would be funny if the dice said no. I think the dice said maybe. I will say I've been looking up like the numbers for like a single die, like what you would answer for that, or what you would interpret for that. And apparently 6 was basically a hell no, like pretty consistently. But a 1 is an absolutely. So it's a maybe. It's a maybe on asking questions, Nick. Maybe keep it superficial. I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, I'll send you the thing on Discord later, Sen, but I've been trying to dig a little bit into that, but it would be like with a single dice, not 5. Nick, not deep. What? I know. His hardest challenge, he may as well just not ask a question. Unless it's how to manifest his goth baddie. I would answer that. Everybody deserves their goth baddie. While we're in a bit of a lull, don't forget you can ask me questions. If I have missed it, we had that tech hiccup a while ago, so I may just genuinely have not seen it. Feel free to repost it if you did and I didn't answer you. Otherwise, keep asking me questions as you see fit while we're in a bit of a lull, while everybody, only those pure of heart. Okay. I don't remember what that was about, but yeah, sure. Those of pure heart should get most things. I don't remember. Anyway, what was I doing? You can also be the goth baddie, that's true. I think Nick already is a goth baddie though, so like he just wants... Oh, only those pure of heart about getting goth baddies. Ah, okay. Is that why Miss May got me? You can also be the goth baddie. I am the goth baddie. And I think Nick is a goth baddie as well. Anyway, while we are in a lull, while people think about, do the dice like being dice? Okay. They do come from trees in Costa Rica. So maybe we'll find out. Two, 3, 4, 6, 4. Yep, we got a full straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They do like being dice. While we're waiting for more questions, don't forget, if you can, tip your server. We got the little Ko-fi link in the pinned chat. There, if you want to, as well. It is not my full-time job yet. You're right. But there is a commission page. This is Miss May's primary job. And there is in the commission tab a place where you can book private readings for questions with Miss May and Tarot. And you can buy, hold on, what's it called? Oh, birth chart readings from me. I have one in the queue right now, but I'm gonna get through that next week, or this week, and then I will be open. Fun question, absolutely. So, don't forget to like on the YouTube side, sub if you haven't. Oh, wait, yeah, like on the YouTube side and then sub if you haven't on both sides. Ask me more questions. This is our quieter stream, so I let my folks ask multiple questions, at least for now. We are getting busier, but it's not too bad. Will your plant get back up, or is it the end? Oh no, Sin! No, Sin! Oh no! Will your plant get back up? It gets knocked down, but it gets up again? You're never gonna keep it down. Why are you being drawn to golden retrievers? Because they're good boys, Brett. Okay, then I know how kind you can be, and as I say, I think there might also be the reward of professional insights. However, I would be very grateful if you keep in confidence all that I have shared. I think it better to let Griffin decide whether he wishes to relate his story to you. If for any reason this is too much to ask, please don't feel remotely obligated. It sounds like if you keep trying, yes, but also don't feel obligated. This thing is on life support, but I think you can save it. It's just going to take a bit of work. Everyone loves a simp. Amen. Why am I being drawn to golden retrievers? You know what? We'll say a griffin. Not all hope is lost, and it's just gonna take some time. Ah, picked it. Lightning bug. And anyway, my inhibitions seem to be decreasing, not increasing, and I don't think that would be happening if I sensed our words were being monitored. And then it says, I love you, my bird of the desert, in French. I don't know. Because golden retrievers. Maybe you feel safe around them? It might be that you feel safe around them. Which is reasonable because they're good dogs. Very reliable, right? A manta ray. Saying don't feel obligated in a life or death situation sounds so defeated. Well, they're tired, but they're willing to put in the work if you're willing to put in the work, right? I think you can do it. Got 40 minutes. Ask me questions. Tell your friends to come on and ask me questions. That doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to do. Or you can just ask me stuff. Just not questions. About yourself, but things. I don't know. Whatever. I'm chill. Whatever you want to do. I just made my pitch. Don't need to do it again. Man, I'm so glad my dream last night isn't real and I'm not trying to like juggle this stream between 2 different buildings and 3 blocks with a radio DJ and having to tape my face shut or closed so that we're covered so that I don't have to like do face reveals and stuff. That's such a relief. Man, that dream was whack, dude. Any art plans? Eventually. I know that you want me to do the sprites for your thing. I need to get through that birth chart that was ordered. And I was gonna do that after, I hope. Doji's here. Or was here, at least at some point. And you mentioned to me, May, that she might want to talk to me about editing her book. What would I like to ask? See, that's a trick question. I don't know. Are you grabbing a book and doing it for me, Lightning Bug? Because if I do this for myself, it's going to be a mess. Art. Yeah, if anyone is interested who doesn't already have it, my Instagram account is here. If you look up this guy. The icon is of my cat in a watercolor painting that I did. The cat. This cat, my model. I have an astrology question. Very good. Yes, ask away. I will do my best. What would I like to ask, Lightning Bug? If someone wants to do a book grab for me, I would like to know, now that we've applied for monetization, what I can expect in like the next 3 months. Oh no, Sen, yeah. Keyboard is so quiet. Yeah, it's very thin. I like this one a lot. I have 2 of these models specifically, but yeah, it's very flat, very quiet. I thought I liked mechanical keyboards. I thought that they felt satisfying and I liked the noise, but then I found out, no, I like really quiet keyboards. It's a Logitech. It's one of their Bluetooth keyboards. When you look at someone's birth chart, what do you look at to determine their career aptitudes? Specifically, normally the default is going to be your MC line in the 10th house. That is going to be the most public part of you, since that's the highest part in the sky at the time you were born. But it is part of the 2nd, 6th, and 10th house, like it's like a trio. The 2nd house is going to be like where your personal finances tend to come in the easiest for you, like what you can work towards to get those finances, get your material self situated. The 10th house is the highest point. It's the most visible part of you. The MC continue, like if you look at the sign, you can find like the things that sign specifically is generally pretty good at. And then the 6th is a bit of the unsung hero, because the 6th house rules things like your daily work, your daily habits, your coworkers, things like that, right? So, you know, what you're willing to put in your effort to, how you're willing to put in that effort, and, you know, how you interact with other people, right? So if you're looking for career specifically, I would look at your 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses specifically to start. Everyone's going the MC line. MC? Yeah, MC. Usually, since these are spaced out the way that they are, that's 4 spaces apart, they usually are going to be in the same element. So for instance, my 2nd house is Cancer, my 6th house is Scorpio, and my 10th house is Pisces, right? If you have intercepted charts, that can affect it. Insta alts? Yeah, Toulouse has an account that I don't use very often anymore. But we are 1 commission away for Miss May on VGen, so that she might give me a code so that I might have my own VGen. Do you guys have your live stream schedule published somewhere that's not social media platform? We have it on the Discord. Where would you have to try? Oh, Instagram alts. I thought you meant alternative accounts. Okay, I got it. So live stream schedule posted. I don't know which alts in meant. We have it posted here. If you go to the live tab on the YouTube, there's a thing that happens. I think she has it set for like 3 years out. That is just a picture of the schedule. And then we have it posted on our Discord. Where would you like it posted? I got a collage. Kurt Switter's 2 Small Dogs. Something about building something from nothing and going rogue. Creating your own group of free spirits. I mean, that sounds perfect. What if all of your sun, moon, and rising were air signs? Does that signify anything significant? You're very, very intellectual. If you want to look for a negative, you might get stuck in your own head a little bit, and you might be more intellectual than emotional. Right? But you're very, very good at handling situations, and very good at learning, and they're usually very forward-thinking signs. They're very sociable, like Libra balances the relationship. Aquarius, affectionately I call him the social justice warrior of the zodiac. Gemini loves to play and communicate, right? So good interpersonal relationships, you just might be a little bit, aloof. Yeah, I just want to escape mid. Yeah, that's a huge feeling. Yeah, I get it. Here on YouTube is fine. It says social medias I'm interested in. Yeah, I totally get that. That means you're God's favorite. Yeah, I would say so. A friend who has Virgo as their big 3. Ooh wee. I hope they've balanced out that perfectionism, because I can see them as absolutely being a saint, but like, oof. You have an ad. Oh, your god. Okay, hang on. Brune. Okay. Ask after the ad. It's okay. Libra sun rising in Aquarius moon. I mean, you're so balanced. Dang. Dang, chocolate. No. I mean, at least the way that you interact with the world, right, is very rational. Very harmonious, very forward-thinking. You might like to, especially with that Libra sun. Like, you want the balance. Aquarius moon, you're gonna try to do what's best for the collective, right? You're gonna have all of your personal planets, so you want to look at all of them, right? Where's your Mercury? Where's your Venus? Where's your Mars? Stuff like that. And look to see where they are to see how it balances them out. Right? You're back? What do you got for me, Bryn? Can I borrow some of that energy? Said you're already a Gemini rising. You're fine. Let's get the book randomly. Alright, you just want a random message? Alright. Alright, you ready? With the professor's Egyptology books all around me, I couldn't be in a better place. I'm not finding out much about the library in Alexandria, but I'm learning about the Sphinx. The professor's paper revolves around a theory that the Sphinx at Giza was originally a massive monument to a lion god that was constructed well before the kingdoms, and that over a few thousand years sand covered its body till only the upper portion was left exposed. The sand was... it was only later, after the flood of a Nile was washed away, the sand was the Sphinx revealed to have the body of a lion and the slightly undersized head of a man. What do you think? Is my good professor crazy? Yeah, so... about the Sphinx being hidden, maybe it's that things might not be as they seem? Right? If they just thought that was just a spontaneous, statue of the head of a man, right? And then a flood had to take out the sand to let you see the rest of the body. Right? Virgo Venus, though. I mean, she's very loving. Right? All of that is giving acts of service to me as your love language, chocolates. What else y'all got? Like the video on the YouTube side. Sub if you need to. We got... oh, good. We got, tarot every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Miss May. On Sundays, I come on to talk about the astrology for the week. There's a Ko-fi link. You can tip your server if you'd like to, and you're able. Or in the commissions tab under Ko-fi, you can also book a private reading. Are you doing dice too? Yeah, I can do yes or no's with dice. Like this lovely little wooden set that Blood Type got me from a recent trip that they took. Yeah, I can do yes or no. Acts of service, but I'm broke low-key. I mean, like... being broke... I don't know. I too, I understand. I find that if I go to someone's house, I will spontaneously clean their kitchen. Right? Teamwork, working well together. Okay. Alright. I mean, that feels pretty auspicious to me. Lightning Bug. Thank you. Let's talk to the dice. Need rest, but any advice for doing things like fitting making standalone videos into my schedule? Okay. Brune, ask me what you want to ask the dice. Any advice for doing things like fitting making standalone videos to my schedule? I will tell you, ask for help. But... that one. Need to rest, but any advice for doing things like making standalone videos into my schedule? She suggested we let it be known that I have to travel with her to Kippel for a short while to help her deliver 2 babies who are due soon. By the time she returns without me, I'll have gained a head start on the enemy. It doesn't seem strange to me that you should be going to Andalusia, just as Alexandra sat midway between east and west. Wasn't more Spain on the axis between the north and the south? Let's talk to the dice. Reach out gently to your best friend without forcing anything. 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it 3? Okay, so you have 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Focus on the not forcing anything, but this is still a small straight. I think it would be good to contact her. I just might not expect much straight away. Brune. Stretched and said, "Mer, I'll give the kitty head scritches. Give me a second and I will get your message from her." Message for me and your cat. Message for you two. I'll do it from the griffin. Lion's body. Thank you, Brune. I appreciate it. Vivi. From the moment we met 63 days ago in the musée, I've barely gone an hour without thinking about you, and if I were not distracted by the Sabine thing, who's a character, I would be moping around spending my time writing letters to you like this. I don't think I'm scared of intimacy, but I'm frightened of making a mistake. Offering more than I have or expecting more than you can give. Loving you is not easy, yet I would not exchange these feelings for the secrets of eternity. I'm very much in love. So. Your message is, you two love each other very, very much. The end. Kitty, kitty. Basically the same message you got in Free Tarot. I'm so glad that that's consistent. I love it when the things are consistent between people. How to cultivate more romance in your life. How to cultivate more romance. Nightbug. Nope. Careful. I think it's telling you to be patient, Lightning Bug, but let's see. Do tell me about the new dig. Bad news, I'm afraid I shouldn't have raised our hopes about me coming. There are no cheap flights available, and on top of that, I've been asked by my professor to help him finish his paper on, of all things, the origin of sphinxes. Professor Lacour's one I told you about with the high-pitched voice that whistles when he gets excited. He's a funny old soul, but he's been kind to me, and this is an opportunity to thank him. So it looks like I'm stuck here for vacation, yet I did so want to be with you. That small it's such a small thing, but I was looking forward to stroking your hair. I love you so much, I'm going to break. I think this is just a hang on. I think it's just a hang on, right? As far as cultivating more romance in your life, just be patient. It will come. The morning book is giving you eyes. Like, can we check it out if you have time? I do have time, Bryn. Brune, drawn by the moonlight, the purple, blue shadow of a fig tree enters through the arched window opposite. It crosses the ceiling, and lowers itself onto me, stroking my hair, enveloping my shoulders. I sit, cocooned in the Egyptian cotton sheet that hours ago I pulled from the bed, sleep far from my mind. In cadence with the night breeze, a shaded fig gently sways back and forth. Ooh, risque. That one's risque. That's your message from the Morningstar book. Very nice. Sorry, Caps. Yeah. I like the art. Kitty keyboard. Yeah, I love the art in this book. It's highly, highly recommended. Like I said, it's tactile because of all the letters. So the message is that something is... No, the message is that something is passionate. I meant risque, not risky. Yeah, there was a lot of, risque. And that was fun. What else we got? We got about 15 more minutes. Don't forget to like on the YouTube side if you haven't. If you've got astrology questions, you can ask me. We can look it up together. Oh, I just see a friend coming on. And if you've got any book scrying and or bibliomancy questions where I open a book after you ask me a question, go right ahead. Kitty is putting in the hours. Kitty keyboard, kitty bongo. Yes. What do we got? We got our smooth jazz. We got room for questions. You may certainly ask a question, Cherry. Everyone can ask a question. There's no real cue, so I don't mind. My only rule is if I don't see the question because chat gets moving too fast, don't be afraid to ask me 5 minutes later, right? Whatever you want to ask. Oh, excuse me. What are y'all doing this afternoon, or tonight, or this morning? Whatever you're doing. Kitty bongo? Yes. I guess I'm gonna do some prep work for food this week so that we can see if that helps. Get some freezable stuff going, see if that helps us with prioritizing things over the week. A general message from the books. Do you have a book you want? Will I make new friends soon? Okay. Cherry tabbed it by asking for a question first, so let's find out if Cherry will make new friends soon. And then I will get to you after that, Sen. Alright, Cherry, you are only just starting out on your road, so be wary of accepting the viewpoint of those who provide too many answers, and do not believe anyone who insists that the night is soon to be outlawed. However, he and I can no longer act within your sphere, yet we must direct events as best we can. We need your help, as you need ours, and together we will call upon the properties of Mercury. Yes, be discerning about your friends, but I think that you can make it. I think you can do it. Doing homework? Alright, sorry about that. That sucks. Hopefully it's fun homework. Making peanut sauce and watching footy. Who's playing? I actually did a lot of the laundry earlier this week, Water. I was very proud of myself. But yeah, there's probably another load I could do by now. The cards also recommend hydration. You're so right. You're so right. I have my little coffee and a little thing of green tea that I brewed, so thank you for the reminder. It is always good to see you. How have you been? Let's see. A general message from the books from Sen. Very short, sweet, and to the point, Sen. I think I'm here to plug the holes in the drafty disappointments of my childhood. Oh, that's funny. I think it's just it's a bop. I'm so glad it's a bop. Let's see, I'll find another thing for you to send. The other message is be strong. I'm pretty well, can't complain to hear the laundry's done. You too, hun. I'll see you later, Water. Thank you for stopping by. Always a delight to see you. Can I make the cat eyes go up and down fast? I mean, I can try. Hang on. Am I doing it? I'm trying. See, the thing with it is I have to, like, this is my head actually doing this, so... Is that enough, Brune? Did I do it? Did I do it? Oh, enough for my coffee today. You know what? I'll take it. Thank you. I was about to get dizzy, so it was an attempt. Well, it was either just deal with what I could do or get dizzy. So, Ghana versus Cameroon. Ah, okay. Okay, very good. Seeing that, I recognize who you are now. How are you doing, hon? What other questions does everybody have? Kinda, that's fine. And it was, I did my best. I think we might have to up the sensitivity to get it that fast. Or something. Can you ask a question? Yeah, floor's open. So whoever wants to ask a question, even if you already asked one, I don't care. We're good. If y'all can, consider tipping your server. If not, if you're not able, that's totally fine. If you would like more, you can go to the commissions tab on that Ko-fi page, get personal private readings from Miss May, and birth chart readings from me. Did I heal or am I Delulu? Ooh. Did you heal or is Delulu? Yeah, I'm feeling so much better. My ear's still a little bit blocked out, but I was sick for context for everybody, I was sick for a month. First, I accidentally food poisoned myself and gave myself acute gastritis. And then after that, I proceeded to catch that bug that had me down for so long. Did I heal or am I Delulu? Alright, Brune. Sabine's assertions are swimming around in my head, and I'm torn between attraction towards and repulsion from everything she's been telling me. I realized it's far-fetched, but I've even started to wonder if she's related to me. Could she be my real mother? Probably. It's just that I have these peculiar feelings about her, probably because I don't really remember my parents, and I'm just looking for someone to attach my childlike longings to. He said, slipping inexorably into psychobabble. It might be a little bit of Delulu, but like, I don't know, maybe. I would say leverage if you haven't actually healed Brune. My advice would be to fake it until you make it. If you're feeling Delulu, just run with it, right? And eventually, it will become the truth. Hey Mara, how you doing, honey? We had our astrology chat earlier this morning. If you want, you can backtrack a little bit and watch. And right now we are doing our book scrying, our bibliomancy, if you would, where you ask me a question and I answer it, or you got a yes or no question you'd like to ask some dice, you got those too. Pick your poison. I feel a lot better with situations that used to send me in spirit, so I think I am doing good. Yeah, I could see that, right? And even if it feels like it's only temporary, right? Because healing isn't linear, right? So you might genuinely feel healed right now, and then something happens to just rip that wound right back open. And if and when that happens, what I would say is that you just remember, well, I've gotten through it once before, I can do it again. Right? That might be the message, right? Of like, yeah, it might be Delulu, but it doesn't matter because you're proving to yourself now that you can do it, right? Can I ask how you got into astrology? The very first time, I was kind of pitiful, but the very first time was when my first girlfriend dumped me and I was looking for something to feel things, right? That was when I was 21. And then the second time around, I dropped it for a while. And this is where I get a little bit hazy. I think what it was there's a gal, I think Miss May got the ball rolling. Because there's a gal on YouTube that she likes for, like, general, like, pre-recorded tarot messages, or she did like her at the time. And I started watching them, and then I started watching her astrology videos. And I guess this was probably about 2020, I want to say. And it just kind of started rolling from there, right? I was like, oh, that really resonates. I wonder what this means, right? And then I'd, like, pull up my chart, and I'd see what it was talking about, and it just kind of spiraled until about, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years ago when I realized when people were like, I don't know, I feel weird, and I could go, there's a reason in the stars for that, right? That I started, like, realizing how deep into the sauce I had gotten. To the degree. And then as far as, yeah, it just got to be where they, like, my friends would start being like, why am I feeling this? And I'd be like, well, because I have a lot of my best friends' birth charts saved. I'd go look at their birth chart, and then I'd go see what's going on in the sky, and I'd be like, oh, well, you see, this is because Saturn is retrograde here, or Mercury is doing this, or whatever, right? I could find their reason, and then I just realized how far along I'd gotten, and that's kind of how that happened. Fiancé, have some weird synastry, wanted some insight to the degree. Moon, square, moon. Where are the moons? It might be like some trouble with emotional communication. Sun conjunct the South Node. That's very familiar. Like, whoever has the South Node is very familiar with the way that the inner workings of the other person is, which I think would help. But Moon Square Moon is going to be like a tension between your emotional selves, right? Like maybe you process emotions differently or you handle them differently or something, right? And there's a bit of conflict. Moon degree in Pisces and Sag, right? So, yeah, Pisces is going to want to feel his feelings, and Sag is going to be like, it doesn't freaking matter, right? And we're going to keep going, and Pisces is like, hang on, I still need to feel things, right? So that one's going to be, especially at the first degree, that one's going to be a little bit difficult to navigate theoretically. It depends on what else is going on in your chart too. And don't be scared, right? Aquarius Sun 3. Yeah, so I think that would help, right? That gives you the rational, and whoever's, and their sun be, or their south node being there means that they're familiar with how that approaches, right? So I'm the Pisces moon. Yeah, so basically, and I mean, like, I'd look at the other aspects too, but like just on its face, it might just be that you approach your emotional, like, landscapes very, very differently, right? So you just have to learn to find the middle, right? So you can leverage it, right? So the squares, if we turn it into action instead of friction, right? Sag moon can help you get out of your, you know, like when you feel like trash and you're just kind of wallowing in it. Once you're ready, or once they realize that you're ready, they can be like, hey, why don't we just keep going? Hey, have you cried enough about this yet? Let's go. Are you done? Can we go? We gotta keep going, right? But then on the flip side, because the Sag moon is just gonna want to just, yeah, that was sad. Okay, I'm done now, right? You can go, hey, you need to process. I need you to process, right? I need you to stop and feel your feelings for a minute because it's not that easy, right? So I think there's that. But with your Aquarius sun and his south node there, like, he might not understand why, or like, he might not understand your emotional reaction to something, but with it being conjunct his south node, your sun, once you explain it to him, he will understand the reason, right? Hi, Moon. Hi, Bunny. We were doing astrology, talking about astrology. This is Lynn. You have seen me in the chat as the mod. I am mod when I can be with Miss May every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Sundays, I talk about astrology. We've talked about this week already. If you scroll on back, I think I talked about it for about 45 minutes. And now we're talking about different aspects in astrology that people might be interested in, or I'm only here for a couple more minutes, but you can ask me a question, and I will flip through a book, and I will find you an answer. Kinda like tarot, but with books instead. Yeah, you're welcome, Watkins. And Watkins, I would also, if you know the times of your births and stuff, I would look at, Synastry is great. It gets really busy. But Composite can also help. It makes both of your birth charts, it like averages them out and makes them one birth chart. And then you can see, like, it's like the birth chart of the relationship, basically. And that can help too, get you a little perspective on things. Yes. Yeah, I come on Sundays. So, when we talk about stars. The trade-off, I can read tarot, but I'm really slow. And then if I tell Miss May about something about tarot, she's like, I know that's something, but I don't know what that means. So we do tradesies. Do you think anyone can pick up tarot, or is it a gift? I think, and I think this way about everything, you can learn. Some people are going to be initially more gifted at it than others, right? But with practice, you don't need talent, right? You can build skill, right? So this is what really makes me mad. Like, it doesn't make me mad, but it frustrates me. Because I have done art my entire life, right? And this bugs me every time. Every single time this bugs me. I have drawn my entire life, and I will show someone something that I did, and they will say, they will tell me that I'm so talented, or, Lynn, you're so talented. How did you know, you're so talented at art. I could never do that. And, like, the talent that I had was when I was 4 years old, right? And yes, it was good for a 4-year-old, but compared to where I am at now with as many years of experience as I have, right? Like, if I had just rested on the laurels of those talents, I would still be painting very bad watercolor, right? and I would have gotten nowhere. So it really, really frustrates me when people are like, do I have to have a talent? Right? No, you don't have to have a talent. You can learn. It just takes commitment. Right? So some people have a natural knack for tarot, and that's fine. But if you want to learn it, you can. Regardless of whether or not you have a gift. I think that skill, like talent is great. Skill is better. Yeah, look at the composite chart, Watkins. That'll give you like a snapshot of the relationship itself. Like, the synastry tells you about the two people and how they work together, and then the composite like lets you see where it shows up where. Right? Cap rising and a Libra rising, that's fun. No, there's absolutely a lot to learn, Chocolates, but I think you just kind of dig your heels in. But my main three tell me what it might mean. Cap Sun. Okay. Sag Moon. Okay. Gem Rising. Oh. Well, Moon Bunny, that means that you're a Gemini Rising along with me and Sin. And that's very fine. That's very fun. Weapons. Anyway. Gemini Rising. So this is going to be how you approach the world, right? So, like, Gemini Risings tend to keep it light. They tend to be kind of silly. There's two sides to Gemini Rising. One is like a lovable little bubbly goofball. And then the other side, because if you flip the coin, if you look at like, he's Mercury dominant. Mercury is one of the transporters between life and death, so a psychopomp. There are two types of Gemini Risings. You have the kind of moody, quiet one that's really freaking funny when you get them to open up, but like you don't necessarily know that to begin with. And then there's the really bubbly, happy one. With a Sag Moon, I'm going to guess, Moon Bunny, that you lean more towards the happy, bubbly, fun one. And a Cap Sun is going to be what keeps you from, like... Oh my god, okay. You sound like a blast, Moon Bunny, that's what that is. And the only thing keeping you tethered is your sun. So the sun is going to be your core, a Capricorn is Saturn dominant, rules, rigidity, structure. You're very, at first glance, I'm gonna see you like to have fun, but when you need to buckle down, you know when you need to buckle down, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing, just at first glance. And those are your main three, and that doesn't necessarily factor in like your Mercury and your Venus and the other ones and how the outer planets are affecting it and everything. But I think that would be my first guess. Was your fun, but you know when to buckle down and put in the work. Yes, Brune, what is it? No, Watkins, that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, that's a good reminder. Thank you. What was your extra idea? Let me see if I can write this down so that I don't forget. Channel. Okay. I've got the message. Hopefully we won't forget. What was the extra idea, Bryn? Yeah, you're welcome. No problem, Moon Bunny. If you point my character do stuff like wiggle eyes or confetti or stuff like that. Yeah, okay. So Bruin suggested a couple of weeks ago, May, that May is over on the YouTube side right now, keeping up with chat. I'll see you later, Blood Type. We're about to start wrapping up too anyway, so have a good afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bruin suggested a big point redeem to ask a free question. It was like 20,000 or something huge like that. Bruin says hi, by the way. But then also to redeem points to make the character do stuff like wiggle eyes or confetti or stuff like that. Moonscryer, thank you for the follow. We are wrapping up for right now, but I will give you the pitch one last time because I'm about to wrap up for the evening or afternoon anyway. Lady Lapine is Lady Lapine and Miss May. And then I am Lynn. You will usually see me as the mod in chat. Lynn May is doing tarot on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I come on Sunday mornings to talk about the astrology for the week and do some book scrying. And then Brune May says, big point redeemed for question. Hi Brune. Okay. So we have been informed. If you want, we have on the Ko-fi, we have a commissions tab. You could request a birth chart reading from me. And then there are also options to ask for private readings from May. So, we will be back tomorrow. Come hang out. Tomorrow is our evening astrology stream. Not astrology, I'm sorry. Tarot stream. And I will be in the chat. So. I lost half my followers. Oh, I think I have seen you before. I think you're right. Well, it's good to have you back. Thank you for being here, Moonscryer. Come hang out with us tomorrow. And I will see you all later. I hope to be able to give a flower a gift to the cat or the rabbit in the future. Oh, that'd be sweet. Okay, yeah, I'll look at it. We'll look at it. I don't do the butts. It's all up to them. So, alright. Ta-ta for now, y'all. And come hang out tomorrow. I'll see you later. I really gotta make my own stream ended thing. If anyone has any ideas, pitch it in the Discord. Okay, bye.